you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period. If you like your health care plan, you will be able to keep your health care plan, period.
That promise from President Obama appears to be falling flat as we get closer to full implementation of Obamacare. Delta Airlines voicing concerns over its impact on the company's health care costs. UPS also citing costs as the main reason for dropping benefits for the spouses of some employees. So is the president's pledge coming back to haunt him? Niels Lesniewski is here. He's a staff writer for Roll Call. Hi, how are you today, Niels?
Doing well. Good to be with you.
I'm well. So let's talk about UPS first, Niels. And what do you make of this move? And might other major companies follow Brown's lead?
Well, companies are always looking for ways to decrease their health care expenditures for their employees. And so certainly you could see some large companies follow the lead of UPS. Now, it's important to note that the unionized employees of UPS, who are Teamsters employees, are not covered by this. But certainly you could see more of these moves in the months to come as the healthcare law kicks into effect.
Okay, and you know, Niels, you have the healthcare experts saying, hey, listen, UPS and companies like that are using Obamacare as an excuse to try to control rising healthcare costs. Do you say what to that?
Well, there's always going to be a question about how this particular law comes into effect, particularly if it's not delayed as many Republicans want to happen. What we're seeing is that how this comes into effect could be very different in different states, particularly depending on whether or not the state-based insurance exchanges work in individual states. So there could be some states where it works really well and where companies participating in the exchange actually save a lot of money, but there could be other states where their health care costs go up.
But you say you don't really know until the full launch come October 1st.
Right, and that's part of the conundrum that we all have right now, which is until these exchanges launch and until individuals can see what their options actually are, in terms of where they can buy health care through the exchanges, we won't know exactly where it will work well and where it won't work well at all.
And then, you know, you just mentioned so many questions that remain, and we have to see what happens come October 1st and the months and days and months and years to follow. One of the things that you've been reporting on, and other folks too, just this battle to defund the law, Niels, or delay it. And then, of course, you know, there are those threats to shut down the government. Do you feel that this is just merely good political strategy, or is this about the protection of the people?
Well, Republicans on Capitol Hill are split on whether or not this is a good strategy or not when it comes to using the threat of a government shutdown as a means to defund Obamacare. We've seen a number of Senate Republicans, most recently Dan Coates from Indiana, who had an op-ed in the Indianapolis Star newspaper the other day, where he compared this to a bad play in football where you make a Hail Mary to try and win a football game when you could simply kick a field goal and put the game into overtime through a delay. So we'll find more about what the strategy will be going forward come September from the Republican side, but it certainly is good political fodder, at least until the exchanges launch and we know whether or not people like what their new options are.
All righty. I love it. Football analogies. Who dat? So I got to say to that, Niels. You watch football?
Absolutely.
Who's your team, quickly?
I'm a New Englander, so I'm a Pats fan.
All right. Well, good for you.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Who do you like?
Go Niners. America's team, 49ers.